And we actually have our ace match player revive being used to bring this guy back. Is he going to be able to do what he wasn't able to do in the last game? Let's find out, guys. Spawning in the bottom left position of Daybreak, we have as our blue Protoss player coming in for Team Liquid. He needs to be their hero. It is Hero. He certainly will need to live up to that name if he wants to bring this match back. Currently down 4-1. He needs to win the next 4 maps to be able to win this match in the Acer TeamStory Cup for Team Liquid. Now, this guy in the top right position has taken out Snoot, he's taken out Tasia, and he's taken out Hero, and you know what? He's almost taken out their girlfriends to dinner at this point because he has been on fire. Spawning in the top right position as our red Terran player from MVP, it is Dream. So, as far as final matches go, this is almost the final match for Hero. If he loses this game, it will be all over, and MVP will win 5-1 basically in this best of 9 team league match. So this is, this is where things can get a little bit dicey. Gas is now being taken by Dream, so he could be looking to go for an aggressive opener this game. He could go for something like a Reaper play, but we are going to find out. Hero sending a probe out to scout. He is going to open up a double gas, so this could be for some potential proxy play. He could go for a little bit of that cheddar. Hero is one of those guys, you can never count him out to throw in a wonky cheese here and there, or at least a very aggressive all-in. Personally, I actually really like Hero just because Hero does go for Dark Templar based builds so often in PvP. Not so sure we're going to see anything like that in on Daybreak at least, but we're going to find out soon. Reaper is going to be on the way for Dream he'll be out on the field in about 30 seconds. So the SCV is going to go scout as well. He wants to make sure it's not going to be anything really weird like a 10 supply gateway, mothership core, double stalker rush. It's actually one of the more difficult builds players have been having times with, but he's actually going to cancel the Zealot. Hero saying, yeah, I'm just going to skip it. I should be able to get my expansion, no problem. This SCV could Engineering Bay block the Nexus, but with the Reaper Scout, it's not really as big of a deal because the Reaper is going to give you all the information that you need anyway, but he could block this. Looking at the Chrono Boost, yeah, he's just going to block it with a bunker. I think this is a smart decision. The fact that he was going to go for that Zealot and then canceled it was already a tell, at least for us guys, that Hero does want to expand at some point this game. Now the Reaper's going to dive into the main base. Mothership Core is about to come out. Reaper might be able to kill off a probe though, which would be pretty nice. He will be able to get one. Now he's just going to run out. So not bad. The probe goes to the Nazareth and he's like, oh, you have a bunker. So he's not going to be able to make anything happen there. And I like that he just immediately puts the SCV inside the bunker. The Mothership Core cannot actually be hit by anything in the bunker, even if a Reaper was in there. But now he's just going to duck in, duck out. 2 gateways being added for Hero, though, and he does look like he wants to aggressively take advantage of this situation. Now, at the same time, Dream's gotten his reactor. He's got his factory, started his command center. But Hero does have a probe inside of Dream's base, and this is where things can get very interesting. The bunker is forced to be salvaged, but he's already done what he wanted to do, and that was force Hero to do something, basically. You just want to force your opponent out of his comfort zone. He's chrono boosting out Warp Gate. He is going to start that Nexus, but with these 3 gateways, if he wanted to be aggressive, he could try. I feel like this pylon that he could potentially throw out in the main base could open up some devastating options, and if there is that probe, placing it. So this is going to be very awkward. Dream is now getting out his Widow Mines. He's getting his Starport underway. This is a very standard follow-up to the Reaper opener in Terran versus Protoss, but I have to say this is going to be very, very tricky, especially since he does have enough Marines to deal with it. He basically needs to catch him off guard with something. This Reaper is going to run around and dive into the main base and actually scout out everything here. He's going to see that there's 3 gateways. He's like, okay, well, I should have honestly expected this. But nice poking around. He might not have expected this, though. There are 3 Zealots in the main base. But Dream, and he's just waiting. He might try to just go for some forward pressure while moving these Zealots out, or he wants to wait and see for Dream to actually move out of his base. He's not going to have an infinite amount of time here to build these units, though. And Oh, he's going to get a sentry to force field the ramp, I think. The Zealots are running in now. Probably going to head towards that mineral line. This is a key moment. He's going to force field, but no, he's not going to force field the ramp. He's going to bring his Widow Mine, excuse me, his Mothership Core over, though, and time warp these Marines. Now the Zealots are getting in a lot of damage. Being able to fight away from the bunkers is so important. Tries to force field the ramp, but Hero honestly not making the best of the situation so far. He could have done a lot more, I feel, there, but that medevac is going to be able to catch that Mothership Core. He's still on his time warp. Oh my god, it gets rid of the 5 hit points. The Zealots, though, for Hero now getting in a good number of SCV kills. He's killed 11 workers so far this game. The Ninja Pylon. Oh my goodness, doesn't this bring back memories? Taking out, yeah, 11 workers is not bad. He lost 5 probes earlier on, you know, there's a good amount of Reaper harass as well as, yeah, pretty much just Reaper harass, and the scouting probe, of course, is going to count as one. But here's going to come in now. He's going to say, okay, well, you want to move out or something? I'm just going to poke away at some SCVs. There are already a couple softened up, and 2 more free worker kills, basically, for Hero. It's going to be pretty nice for our Liquid Protoss, and he's just going to immediately recall home. Now, there is a drop with a Widow Mine and 6 Marines headed over towards the main base of Hero. This is going to be quite an important moment. The Mothership Core is here to defend. There's a cannon about to complete, but the Widow Mine's going to burrow. Oh, does get a nice number of kills right there. 3, I think, probes. Not bad. Could have been a lot worse when those probes lined and stacked up. Oh my goodness, I was fearing for my life. That is a true Jimmy rustling moment right there. But the medevac for Dream, it is headed over towards the north end of Hero's natural, and this is where things can get a little bit dicey. He is gonna try to drop here. There's another cannon though, so he won't be able to make any use of this Widow Mine really. He's gonna start up his 3rd command center. It's actually almost done. Getting an engineering bay as well. Hasn't started his stim pack yet, so as far as mid-game aggression goes, he will be slightly limited. But this cannon, he can actually see that Widow Mine. I think he wants to wait for the medevac to leave, but yeah, now he's just gonna poke at it. He should be able to unburrow it, lift it up. Yeah, the mine is fine. But Hero has been slowed down a pretty reasonable pace. He didn't really actually end up slowing too much down Dream, just as far as Dream's build goes. His stim is going to be super late, though, because he has not actually started it yet. Those add-ons were a little bit delayed by the attack in the main base, but a couple medevacs. We do have another one headed out with another mine and 6 Marines. He's going to be going to join up with the rest of his force up front. He's going to scan, kill that observer. No problemo for Dream. Pressing forward now is going to be our MVP Terran. He's moving in now towards the main base of Hero, trying to find somewhere to run in and deal some damage. This is an important moment now. There is still that photon cannon, but the mine can be used to zone out reinforcements or catch probes that are trying to get away. Zealot's going to head straight over there. He will be able to kill this mine off. It's not going to get more than a Zealot, and it will have to retreat towards the tower. Now, the 3rd base is already set up for Dream. There's no 3rd even remotely close for Hero. He's not even in a position where he can take it, in all honesty, because he's stuck with just gateway units versus Bio, and Stim is going to be done soon. Bio with medevacs and Stim, you can't take it there without Colossus or Storm, and he's actually going to go for +1 attack now. Pretty smart play. He's already got +1 armor. He's not going to do any kind of fast +2. He wants to have rounded out upgrades, which is going to help his Colossi a great deal, because the Zealots, of course, can tank a bit more with +1. And the Colossi deal so much more damage with that splash, getting the +1 attack at the same time. So we do have the armory coming up. So Dream is going to be looking to get the rest of his core upgrades. He doesn't actually have his +1 armor started just yet. Nexus on the way. 3rd base finally started up for Hero, but Dream has had his for quite a while. And this is the part where you can try to get aggressive before this Colossus is out. And by the way, the Colossus is out. Marines taking a couple of shots at these Stalkers as much as they can. And there's a good chunk of Bio here, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough to actually fight against this Colossus. He can use the drop to split him apart, but well, this is a reasonable amount of Bio. I love that Dream does have these Marines patrolling around, though, just kind of looking for anything that might be hidden around the map. He's making sure there's no proxy pylons of any kind. His barracks count is pretty low given his income. He's going to be moving up to 7 now, so pretty solid count that he'll have soon. But no Vikings either makes this kind of a dull, I guess I would say a flaccid push. He's not able to really do too much. These Bio getting left behind a little bit unnecessarily. The medevacs have been right there, and these Marines are going to get caught there. Dream does have himself set up for like a weird full surround of this this force, and with a good bit of micro, he can actually take out this Colossus, but as his army gets shaved off little piece by piece, I'm not so sure how much damage this is going to be able to do. He has a very nice positioning here, but there is a lot here for Hero. Medevac's trying to get the healing power of the Marines and Marauders spreading out as much as they can, but that Colossus, who is he going to be able to get? The Marauders getting closer and closer. He does kill the Colossus, and with that little bit of healing, these Marines and this Marauder can take out Stalkers. No big deal. There is another Colossus already on the field for Hero, but I'm not sure that Dream is going to be able to kill it that easily. He does now have a couple of Vikings in the mix, though. With these Hellbats, this could be actually a very powerful secondary attack if he does try to take out this third base. Keep in mind there is a Photon Kin in there, so it won't be quite as easy as pushing into that natural. But I'm a little bit nervous here for Hero's third. I feel like he does have the Colossus out, though. As far as other upgrades, he got Colossus range, so he is going to be fine to take this third. It's a lot harder to put the pressure on the Colossus once they have the range. It's actually going to stim a little bit. He's still on these center rocks. We actually don't see these center rocks ever killed this early on Daybreak. It's not really that popular of a thing to do. It does make cutting straight across the map a bit easier, and with the 2 watchtowers, it's always a risky maneuver to try to just run through the center. But he's also opening up escape paths. Storm is on the way, charge as well as an Immortal and +2 armor. Not unusual for Hero. He wants to get up into his double tech, basically, and this is something that actually hurt him a lot on the game on Acheron Wastes, was he never actually made the switch to Ghost. To Templar. He never made that switch and got out the Storm. He was on pure Archon Colossi as far as his area of effect damage went, and that allowed Dream to just be so cost effective with his Ghosts and so cost effective with his Vikings, because he can EMP the whole army rather than trying to snipe Templar. And of course, Archons are not going to be very good versus Ghosts, so there are a reasonable number of Vikings here. He does have 6 of them. He can try to go and start poking away at these units. Well, an overcharge is activated. He might want to try to just snipe this next as he throws on his scan. There are some Templar finally on the field this time around, though, and Dream, he needs to find a place where he can actually run in and try to deal some damage. And that, in this situation, could be the natural. He is trying to move in. He wants to abuse this biodome positioning here so that his Vikings can more easily kill off these Colossi. But with this big army of his, he might try to bum rush right now. A very gutsy play. The Stalkers are right under the Vikings, but one of the Colossus is dead. A great Storm's gonna hit a lot of these units. Another solid Storm. And Hero is slowly dwindling in supply, but another great Storm from our Protoss player. The problem is there might just be too many units here for Dream, and he's saying, I want to win this match for MVP. Team Liquid, get out. I have 126 supply, 87 for Hero. There's nothing left. There's no army remaining. He's just going to waltz right in. Photon Overcharge will deter him for now, but that will not be long, as there is a 4th command center coming up for Dream as well. He's got a lot of production rolling now, getting the Ghosts out, getting additional starports, and he's just going to sit back. He's going to build up his force. He said, okay, let's just get a couple more Vikings out or something like that, get the Ghosts, and then just push in, because those Storms did do a lot of damage. I think it's a very smart move that we're seeing out of Hero right now. He is going to get up additional Colossi, which is a very, very, very wise decision, largely because, all the Vikings are dead, and he is moving into the Templar to deal with, he's moving into the Ghosts to deal with the Templar, and there are still a couple of Templar with the Storms available, so it's still a very tense moment. The Photon Cannons are going to help. He's not going to have to worry about anything like Cloak this time around, and this is going to be such a rough position. I mean, Hero, if he continue to get good Storms, he can hold this off. But Dream is not going to have the luxury of no detection on his army this time around, so it's such an awkward position, because he wants to run in and just kill him and say, okay, well, I got your army earlier, but, Protoss, he can recover in due time, and I love that he's trying to step up here, but, ooh, some good snipes. He is going to take out a couple of these Templar, but he's going to need a little bit more than that if he wants to actually secure this game. Dream is moving forward. Now he's got his Ghosts up front. There's no Vikings. Attacking in with this setup would be incredibly ballsy, since the 3rd Colossus is about to finish, but he is going to move in anyway, and this is so risky. The Hellbats are good versus the Templar, but there's still one, and he does get it, but Hero's army is very scary. 4 Vikings being produced at a time now for MVP Dream, and this is exactly what he needs. This Observer is able to see Dream's army, but Hero can't really do too much about it. He's got the third base, but he needs to get up the perfect mix, really. And I don't know, this is going to be rough. The Ghosts are moving in again. He can even EMP that Mothership Core, and he will. EMPing now the Archons and the Zealots, taking away a lot of those hit points from them. Cloaking the Ghost. There's no detection here. He scans. He says there's no Observer. Well, guess what? These Cloaked Ghosts are going to be a thorn in your side once again. And this is where Dream has been shining. Abusing the Observer positioning of his opponent. He does have another one outside the fight, but it is not there to help actually detect and deal with this. The Drop's going to try to hit into the main base, but Dream snipes off another Templar. Great catch there for our MVP Terran. And Hero, he needs to hold on. He has a good Colossi count. He's got a couple Archons. He doesn't really have too much of a meat shield, though. He needs to rebuild that Zealot count, and he needs to get about 6 or 7 Templar for Storms. And he's just been getting sniped so hard this game. And the more that Dream continues to produce these Vikings, he's now on 8, guys. That means he's going to be two-shotting the Colossi no matter what with full volleys from them. So it doesn't get much more difficult than this. There are more Templar on the field, but the number of units on the field for Dream might be too damn high. He's starting to get in here. The Vikings are getting their hits off, and Dream looks like he is going to be able to punch through the majority of these forces. He has taken out one of the Colossi. He's losing most of his Vikings, though. There's another very weak Colossus in the back. He will be able to pick that off. There's one Colossus left. Now there is, I believe, to be one Sonic Storm remaining for Hero. This is going to be it, guys. He's moving into the third base. He's picking it off. There the Storm drops, but there are a lot of medevacs here to heal up this Bioforce. The Viking, oh goodness gracious, microing that Colossus inside of a Warp Prism almost makes me a little bit worried about that next patch, just seeing this. But there's the GG, and Hero taps out. Dream completes, well, pretty much.